Michael Jordan is considered by many the greatest basketball player of all time. He's also the richest former athlete in the world. Jordan's made less than $100 million as an active NBA player, but today, his net worth is estimated at $2.1 billion. Michael Jordan is the world's first athlete billionaire. So, what has MJ done since his retirement? How did he manage to do what no athlete has done business-wise? Let's find out. Although MJ earned most of his money after retirement, the origins of his success started before. Michael Jordan was ratings gold for TV networks during his days dominating basketball. He appeared in the 4 highest-rated NBA finals of all time, with viewership peaking at 29 million per game in 1998. When he left the Chicago Bulls for good in his second retirement, finals viewership decreased by 45%. In the 2 decades that followed, the NBA hasn't even come close, with the highest-rated finals, the Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, pulling 20 million viewers in both 2016 and 2017. Michael became a worldwide phenomenon. Everybody knew who he was, and he was one of the main reasons the NBA grew internationally. In total, Jordan earned $94 million before taxes during his 13 seasons with the Chicago Bulls and 2 years with the Washington Wizards, plus the $4 million the Bulls paid him when he sat out the 93-94 NBA season to play minor league baseball. To put that salary into perspective, Jordan's first contract in '84 paid $2.8 million over 4 years. That's about $7 million today after adjusting for inflation. The top draft pick in 2019, Zion Williamson, will make $44 million in his first 4 years. It was not until his 12th season with 4 NBA titles and an equal number of MVP awards to his name that Jordan was awarded the league's top salary of $30.1 million. He did again the following year with $33.1 million before retiring in '98. It would be 16 more years before another NBA player, Kobe Bryant, made $30 million. Jordan returned as an active player in 2001 with the Wizards, where he was part owner and president of basketball operations, donating his $1 million annual playing salary to relief efforts for the victims of the 9/11 attacks. The NBA made Jordan famous, but it was his sponsors that made him rich. Jordan is one of the most marketed sports figures in history. He has been a major spokesman for such brands as Nike, Coca-Cola, Chevrolet, Gatorade, McDonald's, Wheaties, Hanes, and the list goes on. Jordan has had a long relationship with Gatorade, appearing in over 20 commercials for the company since '91, including the Be Like Mike commercials, in which a song was sung by children wishing to be like Jordan. Over nearly 4 decades, he's earned $1.7 billion off the court from these brands. In order to start understand how Jordan became the wealthiest athlete in the world, we'll have to start with the big guns. First off, Nike. Jordan reportedly wanted to sign with Adidas in 1984, but they passed because they preferred NBA players who were 7 feet tall. And boy, what a mistake they did. Nike's always been Jordan's biggest backer. His initial 5-year Nike deal signed in 1984 was worth $250,000 annually plus royalties. Nike founder Phil Knight called signing Jordan the best decision he ever made. Jordan's stake last year from Nike was $130 million according to Forbes, 4 times as much as that of LeBron James, who has the NBA's second biggest shoe deal. Nike were the ones who came up with the famous nickname Air Jordan and named the shoe after it. MJ was so popular and the branding was so strong that for the first time ever, basketball shoes became more than just sporting equipment. They were fashion and style. Every kid wanted them. They became so popular, people were robbed out of their sneakers at gunpoint. Nike built the Jordan brand into a massive standalone business with $3.1 billion in wholesale revenue in the last fiscal year, 10% greater than the year before. Even with the coronavirus impact, sales in the current fiscal year will likely be greater according to recent reports from Nike. It is this endorsement with Nike that really made MJ rich and was able to further invest in other endeavors, which brings us to this. The Charlotte Hornets. In 2006, Michael Jordan bought a minority stake in the Charlotte Bobcats, whom have since been renamed the Hornets. He took majority control of the team in 2010 in a deal valued at $175 million that was largely funded with debt. he eventually raised his stake to 90% in equity. His investment was just in time for an exponential growth in team values triggered by three major events. 1. A new collective bargaining agreement that cut players' share of revenue from 57 to 50% in 2011. 2. The Ballmer bump, which came after former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer paid $2 billion in 2014 for the Los Angeles Clippers, more than 3 times the previous record NBA price. And finally, a new NBA TV deal with ESPN and TNT that tripled the value of the previous pact. Jordan cashed in some of his Hornets equity in September when he agreed to sell roughly 20% of the team at $1.5 billion valuation. This grand investment eventually turned Michael to the first billionaire athlete and, of course, the richest athlete in the world. But the Hornets were not the only investment Michael Jordan got involved in. Investments. While the Hornets are by far Jordan's biggest investment, he's individually participated in funding rounds for several enterprises. Sportsradar, a Switzerland-based sports data provider, Music, a headphone brand, Gigster, a San Francisco-based marketplace for freelance tech talent, and Axiomatic. Jordan joined fellow NBA Hall of Famer Magic Johnson in 2018 as an investor in Axiomatic, which is the parent company of esports squad Team Liquid, recently valued at $320 million. Moreover, Jordan and 3 fellow NBA owners, the Los Angeles Lakers' Jeannie Buss, the Milwaukee Bucks' Wes Adams, and the Boston Celtics' Rick Bluespeck, launched a super premium tequila brand named Sincoro. The most expensive bottle in the line retails for $1,600. MJ also joined the investor group that bought MLB's Miami Marlins for $1.2 billion in 2017. Derek Jeter, a longtime Jordan pal, is the club CEO and owns 4% of the team, while Jordan owns less than 1%. Jordan also owns a car dealership and is a partner in Cornerstone Restaurant Group, which runs 5 Jordan-branded restaurants. So there it is. This is what makes Michael Jordan just as special off-court as he was on it. You now know how Michael Jordan became the richest athlete in the world. Guys and gals, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Continue investing your time in studying the great and successful people in the world. If you take a little time every day to invest in yourself and expanding your knowledge, you are getting one step closer to becoming more successful. One step closer to becoming your best self. I'd like to end this video with my favorite MJ quote. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.